Hello everybody and welcome back to the Myth Leather channel. And today we're going to take you on the continued journey of making our Loki bag. Today I'm going to be working on the liner and the recessed zipper panel. And yeah, we've got some work to do, some scavenging to do, some sewing to do. So got my layout jigs here ready to go. Hopefully I've calculated all the dimensions correctly. So I'm doing this one a little differently. Instead of doing a boxed liner, I'm going to actually use this piece of leather and Bontex, and actually this will be the base of the bag. So in the last video we built the exterior of the bag, put the strap connectors on, if that's what we want to call them. I've already installed the feet and the tag. I need to reinforce this just slightly. Otherwise, if you don't put something over that, eventually you're going to have some witness marks on the other side of the liner just from wear. So I'm going to cut a piece of that stuff out. We're going to slap that on there and we'll start building this guy. Let's see. I have something already cut out over here. I got to put that on before I forget. That'll work. This is just a little piece of nylon that has some adhesive on the back that'll prevent that wear, hopefully. Okay, so what I have here is I've got most of this slip pocket prepped. That just needs to be stitched. The leather piece stitched on the top. This is going to be our zipper pocket liner. And then our two exterior pieces. Hopefully I've done the math right. I go so long without building these things. The time in between, sometimes I forget what I'm doing. So we're going to kind of gamble. I've made this, I was so confident in my math that I made a template for the liner pieces, and I've cut out a little jig, if you will, for my zipper overlay. And I just accomplished that by clicking this Bontex with my overlay clicker die. Grab a little label here. Okay, that'll get stitched all the way around, and we can put that to the side for now. That's the pocket. And I'm going to sew up this guy. So before we go into the other room, so I have to go back and forth, I do a little skiving on these pieces, and this is the upper trim. So I'm going to skive this stuff down a little bit, and actually I got to get another camera running here. Good morning, everybody. This is obviously going to be recorded live, and I will take these videos and I'm going to chop it up just like I did last time for those of you that would like to watch the edited version. Let's run over here and skive this stuff up. I am going to turn on the vacuum cleaner real quick, so if you want to turn your volume down for a moment, probably be a good idea. So give the bell knife a little sharpen here. Loud noises. Nope, it's not plugged in. Sweet. Let's see. What can I unplug? Plug that. Not plugged in. Actually, I just used my handy dandy zipper jig. There's my shorter version. There it is. So the cool thing about these jigs are that this is exactly, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's exactly a 1/2 inch wide. So you can use this for a bunch of different stuff. This is a modified version that fits inside of our overlay, and I'll show you that a little bit later. That I can accurately place zippers in that overlay, and they're perfectly straight. And on this one, we're going to add a center line to, which I usually don't do, because the seams, once this is sewn, this is the inside upper trim, which will go in here. You usually don't have to worry about a center line because the sewn seam would line up exactly where the seam is on the side of the bag. However, it's turned well, like 90 degrees, so the seam is in the front. So I need to mark a center line so I can line up this center with the center of the upper trim. And I don't remember the dimensions, so I have to measure it. Oh, good grief, it's 3/8. Oh boy. Let's see. What is that? I can't do that quick math. 13.375. I know that's 3/8 divided by 2 equals 6875. 0.6875 divided by 0.0625 equals 11/16. So 11/16. 6 and 11/16, huh? This doesn't have, this only goes down to 8s. Does this have 16th rule on it? Let's see. Yes, it does. 6 and 11/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right here. Close enough for government work. All right, one more. My eyes are getting old, so I can't just, I gotta count because I can't see. No, wrong one. That. Probably don't need these marks, but we'll do it anyway. All right. That's ready to be stitched up. Let's see. Let me grab some glue. I don't have to keep running back and forth. Oh yeah. Ugh. All right. Okay. Let's move a couple cameras around here and then we'll get underway stitching this bad boy up. Glue, all this stuff. Stand by, folks. All right, all right. Today's episode brought to you by Diet Coke. Not a sponsor. What happened to my chair? Ugh, there we go. All right. We're sitting at the old Juki 1508 here. We're going to do some construction. Hopefully I have bobbin. I do. No clips. I got one in my pocket because I found it in the dryer. Actually, Shelby did. Twice. Same clip. Don't ask me how my little clips got in my pockets, I guess. awesome. Look at that. I knew it was going to go nutty on me. That's what happens when you don't hold your threads, folks. I can't leave that like that. It would drive me crazy. So let me fix this real quick. This is the beauty and curse of doing videos live, because, you know, the edited stuff, we can edit out all the mistakes. So note to self, always hang on to those threads longer than what you think you need to. Very annoying. I was altering some jeans for Shelby the other day, utilizing our little garment machine. Broke 2 needles on that thing, wound up messing up the needle plate. So that was fun. But I found replacement parts on Amazon for $8. I couldn't believe it. So I got a needle plate, a new presser foot, all the screws, and a set of feed dogs for $8. Whoa. Looks like fairly decent stuff too. I'm sure it's made in China, but whatever. So I'll have to fix that before I can sew the liner up. Hopefully I didn't mess up my machine too bad. It's breaking 2 needles. Throw it out of time or something. It was not sewing correctly in reverse, so hopefully I didn't break anything, because that is a direct drive machine, gear driven machine. Why is this not direct drive? It has a belt, so that's incorrect. Man, I did a doozy on this thing. Yeah, could I have left that? Yep, I could have, but you know what? I can't do it. I just can't. I can't. So we're going to put this right back together and sew in those exact same holes. And this time, hold the threads longer. Probably should put a new needle in this thing too, but that sounds better. I knew in the first 2 stitches, I'm like, you should probably stop, but didn't. There we go. All right, so now we need to glue these open, fold over this edge, and then this piece is complete. So let's do that now. looks terrible. Let's see. If I do that. Hopefully this stuff fits. Should, right? Should have put some more glue in my old can here too. bag. If this doesn't fit, I'm gonna cry. Not really, but. Got the old Myth custom Myth brass roller. Mildly bougie. This could have been a little shorter, actually. Let's see. See if I can recover. Or if it's going to be a fail. Hate it. And I'm using could have been a little shorter, but I think it'll work. Should have been a little shorter, like an 1/8 inch. And I'll make it work. I hate it. I hate it. This should fit so nice in here. You know what I did is I didn't check it after I skived it, and sometimes it'll stretch your leather. I don't even know if I have enough to remake it. Oh, that aggravates me. See that? See a little pucker? But if you stretch it out like that, it fits. What I normally like to do is just have this sit in here so it's beautiful with no No Perbrams. Let's see. Yeah, this is so permanent now. Let's see if I can recover from this. Maybe I can. If I can't, well, I hope I have enough leather to make a new one. The joy of bag making when they're custom and you don't test things. A razor blade. I made a mistake by not making sure that it didn't stretch when I skived it. Yeah, goofball. If this doesn't fit, nothing's gonna fit. It's gonna look terrible. And it would look fine, but for those of you who have watched me long enough, you know that I try not to do this accuracy is a thing. If this piece doesn't fit, like I said, the rest of the liner's it's just not gonna, you're gonna fight it forever. So I don't mind making mistakes and showing you that I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not even that great at this stuff. Will I edit this out of my video? Yeah. I'm not gonna make anybody else suffer through this stuff. You guys like to suffer through it, but only problem with doing this is now my center marks are going to be off because I'm only going to take just a touch. Probably should do it off both ends and then the centers would line up, but I just want to see if if I can fix this. If I can't, I'm just gonna make a new one because it's not that big of a deal, I guess. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thanks for watching me rework that piece of material there. All right, let me see. What's next? Oh, you know what else we forgot to do? While we're thinking about it, is oh, I goof up plenty, trust me. It's especially true when, you know, I fail to write things down. Um, and you know, use like little cards like this and stuff like that to keep my notes on, or what I call a story pole like this, where I have like a bunch of different markings on the sides, which, you know, if I were making these constantly on a daily basis, I just would memorize it all. But I go so long in between filming stuff, I kind of forget where I'm at. But anyway, that's here nor there. One thing I forgot to do is we need to skive these pieces, which is going to be the zipper placket. And hopefully these dimensions are right. So, fire the skiver back up. Turn the machine on, that'll help. Vacuum on. Let's see. There you go. What did I decide here I was going to do? Let's see. I think these are 7.5. Did I write that down? No. Let's see. Maybe I did. Or do we need this to be finished? Because we have to take into consideration the curve of this bag. So I can't make it too long. Seven and a half, so if that's 6.5, yeah, 6.5 will work. I think this is 7.5. Yeah. All right, no worries. Just gonna sit here and watch me do this boring stuff. Seven and a half is 7, so it's what, 3 3/4? Right? Yep. This is the little zipper placket. And I have 4 pieces, the same leather on both sides. And what I'm going to do is kind of miter these corners. I haven't made one of these in forever. And we'll miter the corners there so we don't have to worry about unfinished edges and all that nonsense. And we'll sandwich the zipper in between these. I should have done this the other day when I had most of the other stuff laid out, so all I had to do was sew. So what we're going to do is glue up 3 of these edges and fold them back to these markings that I'm making. And I'm actually going to miter off that edge. So when you fold this we'll fold this over and you fold this over, obviously you have all that extra material. But if you cut this off from point to point at a 45-degree angle there, all that material disappears and you'll have a perfectly mitered corner, in theory. Let's test our theory in a second. Your Skyver still makes you nervous. So let her rip. This takes a little practice to get good at it and figure out how to diagnose the machine when it starts giving you problems. And I've said it once, I've said it a million times, 99.99999% of the problems is a dull blade. Oops. Just sharpen mine for the first time. What you're going to find there is you're going to need to sharpen it all the time, multiple times, sometimes multiple times per project. And that's totally fine. It's the one way you're going to ruin your projects is if you don't keep that bell knife sharp. Ask me how I know. And if you're interested how to set up and maintain and keep your Skyver in tip-top shape and what all the adjustments do and all that stuff, I have a pretty comprehensive video on my channel that explains all that stuff. See the little miter created there in the corner. There's one, 3 more to go. You can use glue or tape for this stuff too. I prefer glue in most situations. And I prefer this high VOC glue over water-based glue on every occasion. Shelby likes to use the water-based stuff. She has way more patience than I do. I don't have patience to wait. And I just think this is better. Contact cement is what this stuff is. My favorite stuff I can't get right now. It comes out of Japan or Korea. Can't get it. Not happening. tied up with all the tariff nonsense. So, this is the last can that I have of the good stuff. Then I'll have to go back to the old school Weldwood that you can get at any hardware store. Yeah, this is my honey glue. But you can essentially make the same stuff. You just have to, the trick is to, with the barge or the Weldwood glue, is to kind of download it into a smaller container like I do with this stuff, and just kind of let it air out a little bit. And it gets stickier. Because the Weldwood, the problem with it is it's so runny. And this is where my handy dandy zipper jig comes into play. This guy has a notch on one side for a number 5 zipper, and on the other side it has notches that'll accommodate like a 3 to like a 4.5 YKK, for example. YKK, this is a 4.5, fits perfectly. And then this side will take, this is a Riri number 6 that I have on my bench, or it'll also accommodate, you know, most makers, I think it's a number 5, which I don't really, I never use actually. Do I even have any? I don't know. Oh yeah, I do. I have a whole bunch of this stuff, but I'm not a fan of this. I know, don't hate on me, but I don't use this stuff, this nylon coil stuff, but it also fits perfectly in there. Available on my website right now. I have some available, ready to ship. So basically what we do, set this bad Larry on here like so, and then we can apply some double-sided adhesive, and this acts as a spacer. So once you put your overlay, and that's not where it's going, but just to give you an example, and once you take that off there, she's centered on there. No guessing, no bacony zippers. Just perfection every time. Plus, you have a nice little 1/2-inch tool you can use for seam allowances or whatever you want to do. Or, I don't know, throw it at your dog or... Anyway, infomercial over. Alright, so let's put some double-sided tape on this. I keep meaning to try that stuff from, because I'm running out of my 1/4 inch. Keep meaning to try that stuff everybody brags about from Waywack or Wawak or Wawa or however you pronounce that name. The Super Stickum. Super Stickum. Double-sided adhesive. I've been using this stuff for years. I mean, I like it. I get it from Amazon. Pretty sure it's cheap. It's not for, obviously, nothing permanent. It's just to hold stuff together. Now this is somewhere where I don't use glue. You just use the tape to hold things together momentarily while we stitch her up. Probably way overkill. Do I have a sharp utensil? Bueller, there's one. Sorry I didn't have this stuff prepped earlier, but kind of forgot it wasn't done, to be honest with you. I will, we'll be sewing in a minute. Appreciate all you guys stopping by the old Myth Leather channel. I've fallen off the algorithm. We only have 8 viewers, but it is a, you know, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning, or whatever, wherever you are. If you're not a subscriber already, if you just do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications to all, and hit the thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment down below and rewatch the edited version when it comes out. That's all I ask for. I'm just going to kind of eyeball that. This is a number 6 all metal Riri. Oh, this is my favorite zipper. I use metal throughout my handbags, except for the zipper pocket. I'm going to use this today. I'm going to use this 4.5. I think it's like a zip maybe it's a jacket zipper. I'm not sure. But I've got a tons of those, so I'm going to use that today for the pocket. No, I hate it. Actually, I needed tape on one side of this. She's a beaut. That's ready to be top stitched. Oh, I don't know how much tail do we want to have on here. My crappy zippers, or scissors rather. Let's just cut her off somewhere in that vicinity. Could probably do this a couple different ways. Add one of those little chrome caps to the end of this, or we can make a custom leather zipper stop. We'll see. Anyway, now where are we on to? What are we up to now? I'm going to install the, let's see. Over here to the old Consew top stitcher machine. That looks crookeder than a politician. Let's see. My jig back. Woo, it's raining like crazy out there on the old PNW. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. Should have used the Waywack Hyperstick. Right on. Yeah, just throw everything on the floor. It's fine. we at in the old stitch length on this bad Larry? Let's see. Do I have anything to test? Negative. There we go. Choosing to use a black overlay on this, with a black zipper. Oh yeah. She runs like a champ. Free tip Tuesday. Make sure if you're leaving your machine longer than, a day or so, take your bobbin out. Specifically if it's top loader like this is a vertical hook machine. And also once you're done with that, take the thread out from the needle, put a piece of paper towel in there, and then you can put your compressor feet back down. What happens is these machines this machine is oiled by consequence of vibration. All the oil starts to come down here, and then it starts to wick up your thread and then wick down into your bobbin, and then you wind up with oil all over your thread. Not really what you want. Free tip Tuesday. That looks terrible, but it'll have to do. So I'm going to sew around the entire periphery of this, cut out a little piece, put the zipper in, and then we'll get the pocket done. Yeah, I've got the wrong foot set on here. Rats! Or am I just going to make it work? So I'm too lazy to change it. And we'll make it work. I'm too lazy to change it. I can go on this side. Is that fine? Yeah, let's do it that way. Wow, that was crazy. My foot just fell off. Huh. Can't make this stuff up, folks. That would have been crazy. I've never seen that. That's wild, man. Get back in there. Free tip Tuesday. Make sure all of your make sure your feet are tight on your machine. She looks pretty good, eh? Not bad for a rookie. What thickness of thread am I using? I use a size 92 bonded nylon exclusively, except for liners. That's going to be a size, I think it's a 46. Let me look. Is it 46? Yeah, size 46. Yes. And I pretty much only use white, with exception of the construction. I will use like a gray. That's kind of my favorite color to use. I don't like to use white for construction, especially with darker leathers, because when you have seams and such, it has a propensity to show at times. And there's nothing you can do about that. So, if you use a darker or matching color thread for the construction and you like to use a contrast for the top stitch like I do, that's why I use two different machines as well. People ask that all the time. Why do you use two different machines? Well, I don't want to rethread my machine every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? But if you only have one, you only have one. And you want to use this matching threads for the whole bag, well, that's cool too. But I like white. Why? I don't know. I just do. I think it looks cool. All right, we're getting the good scissors out. Look out now. We'll cut some paper with our good scissors. Let's do this elsewhere, shall we? Over here. Double-sided tape. Yeah, this tape is just about EOL, end of life. can't tell you the last time I ordered any supplies whatsoever. On occasion, I'll buy another leather hide if I find one that I really like or I think is cool. But I've just been using kind of what I have. And then honestly, I haven't made that much stuff. And in my opinion, this is where this little tool really shines. I'm going to use the 4.5 side, and also, where am I? Also have these little notches here, which corresponds with my overlay absolutely perfectly. And that bad Larry is absolutely perfect. No guessing, no worries. Just awesome. So pick yourself up one, would you? mythleatherco.com for the maker. And you can get one for your very own. So there's that. I cut this bad boy off somewhere, doesn't really matter. Yeah, that looks good. Didn't use the good scissors. Now, there we go. Kind of a short little pocket, but this is kind of a short little bag. All right, I run one stitch along here, stop, fold this back down, and carry on with our life. I really got to work on my lighting in the old studio. It's terrible, so I apologize, but that's what I got. What the heck happened here? What are we doing? What was that? Oh, sweet. Just walk all over the zipper. No problem. of an odd foot that I'm not used to having on this guy, but. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is irritating me. I gotta have scratch all. So I have 0 fingernails. Got the wrong foot on this machine. It's throwing me off. I'm starting all backwards here, sorry. There we go. There we go. Point of no return. Poke holes in the leather. Yeah, this is backwards. That's all right. We'll make it happen here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go stitch this up on what we call the Little Ripper. Hopefully it works. Otherwise, I'll have to be a mechanic again. It's got the wrong thread in it. Do I care? No. I gotta get the lighting fixed in this Berg. It's not conducive for my bad eyes and the YouTube videos. There we go. Cross your fingers, folks. This might get ugly. Should I just test it real quick? This has a really well, it's not ugly. It's a tan. It's jeans thread, basically. I was altering some pants for Shelby, and I needed. Don't do it again. Don't do it. Don't do it. I needed to top stitch them. But you'll never see this anyway, so I don't care what color it is. We don't care. Get out of there. Sweet. All right, that one's done. Now, got to go back over to Mr. Juki. And then we'll go back to Mr. Conso. So this is an over here, over there game, folks. One machine to another, to another, to another, to another. Till finally, we might make a bag. All right, so this is just a little teeny tiny slip pocket, and it's pretty narrow because the bag has got radiuses on the ends. If I make it too long, well, she ain't gonna work. And hopefully this is gonna be narrow enough. So I'm gonna, and this is a leather top piece there. And what I've done on this one this time, which I've never done before, which I'm not sure why I haven't, is I folded over the edges so there's no raw edges on the end. See, there. We'll stitch this on. We'll go over to the other machine. We'll top stitch it and then attach it to the liner. Sew the liner on, put the base on, and cross our fingers the liner fits. Says there's no guarantees. Yeah, if it doesn't fit, I'm going to throw a fit and throw things. Not really, but maybe. Say a few choice words. Back to Mr. Conso. This is a Conso branded machine, but it's built by Seiko. This is a 255 RB-2. I love this machine. This is my very first industrial machine. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. Circa 80s probably. My very favorite machine. Oh, look at that. See that? That's a problem. Look, see, I'm glad we did this little exercise. Anyway, this thing lays down the most beautiful top stitch ever. There's only one thing I hate about it, and that is the foot height, the clearance height here. It's like, I think it's 3/8 of an inch. I can't get this under there, but it's not much. Like a pinky, as to where this one, this 1508, let me get the needle all the way up so I don't stab myself, it's significantly more. I think this is a 3/4 inch clearance. Sorry for the motion sickness there. See what I mean? That's the only downfall of this machine. Sorry if I made you seasick there. Didn't mean to. Is this too short now? Oh goodness, Garth. So want to see what I did? Is all in my wisdom. I have sewed this seam allowance too much, so now when we go to stretch the leather around, I don't know what I was thinking. It's not going to work, but we can recover from this. We're just going to cut the seam allowance, trim the seam allowance down, and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to go back over to the other shop over here, and we'll get a straight edge and cut it off. Ha! More than one way to skin a cat. Okay, let's see. No idea what I'm doing. Let's cut that down to like, I don't know. Should we do 1/8 inch? Ah, let's live dangerously. We'll live dangerously. No going back. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's exactly what we had to do. Now, probably should have left a little more. To be quite honest with you. I should have left a quarter. Now this is going to be fun. And make this look half decent. It's fine. It's not what I wanted, but it's going to work. I will make note of it for next time. Probably not. Ah, you wretched, blasted, stupid tape. And stuff's worn out. She no sticky no more. I'll start throwing things. Start throwing things. No, really, I'm not. Let's see. Do I have any more tape that's not total crap? Let's try this one. Put your grubby mitts on it, number one, and see if that helps. Throw that in the garbage. Garbage. Yeah, that seems stickier. Won't come off my fingers. Good sign. A couple clips. losing power for just a second. Give me a break, would you? Just hold on, just hold on. All right. Here we go. Here goes nothing. And just hold for a second. That's all I need. No backstitchy. Get your finner out of there so you don't wind up in the hospital. It's like my worst fear is putting a needle through my finger. Hey, here we go. It only took 20 years. Now, you probably couldn't see any of that. Not a thing. That's all right. I do my best. We used to make videos where Shelby would actually do the filming, and those were really cool. Very fluid, but she is not available to do said videos. And it's easier for me to do these static cameras and, you know, do them live. But last time I did this, I went back and chopped up the video and made a edited version. So I'm experimenting. I'm trying to get back in the algorithm. Once you fall out, it's kind of tough to get back in. That's all right. What do I care? Oh, let's see. Beauteous, beauteous, beauteous. Now, question is, where, pray tell, do we install on said panel? Good enough. Sorry about that. Oh, wow. Yeah, sorry about that. Hang on a second. I'm fixing some stuff here. Sorry you couldn't see me. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. And we accidentally hit a user. I'm going to blame that on who am I blaming that on? I'm blaming that on me. What did I do? Not sure how to bring those comments back now. Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully, I don't even know how to say. Whoops. I don't know. I'm hitting buttons too, so it could have been me, to be quite honest with you. Hopefully she's not gone. He or she is not gone. I don't know how to say that person's name. Is it Meredith? I probably totally butchered it, but hopefully you're still here. Let's see. What do we got going on? And you guys couldn't see me for the last who knows how long. So that's awesome. That's going to make for a great video. Yeah, I don't know how to get the comments back. I don't know if you can, but it's okay. Hopefully they'll come back. Let's see. Double-sided tape. I'm going to sew this bad boy up and sorry about the sketchy camera work there, folks. 9.5s. Oh, this always makes people mad. Watch this. I'll hit it with a steel hammer. Oh, that makes people mad. You're going to take your eye out. Here we go. Eyes removed. Oh, my eyes. So rivets are a little too long. Put the tools away, Garth. Put them away. All right. Let's see. So we'll come back over here. Huh. Pockets are going the right direction. Now this is an experiment. And don't laugh at me if this doesn't work. There's nothing. I do want to take that jeans thread out of there, but do I have a bobbin? I got green. That'll work. All right. quickly. Hopefully that holds. Crazy here. Let's see if this is going to even remotely fit. Or am I going to have to increase some seam allowances here? I think it's going to work. All right. Now, for the fun part. I think I should probably just come in this side and do this. Let's see what time it is. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to finish this up or what. Let's see. Time check. Oh, what time is it here? wah. All right. Check that 14,000 times. Happy with that. This is the leather base on the inside, which I'll show you. And the stiffener on the bottom is made out of Bontex or bag stiffener, or I don't know, there's a million names for it probably. I don't need much going on here. Don't want too much glue. And then when this is adhered, I'll take this over to the post and stitch it on. So we're not just going to rely on that glue, which you probably could, probably would be fine. But I like showing different ways on how to build stuff, and you know, there's a million other people making bags in a classic way, I guess. I don't know how else to describe that. You know, put 4 or 5 pieces together, put a liner on there, turn it inside out, sew the pocket closed. You know, I guess this is the same. It's just different technique. That's why I build them this way, because I want to make stuff that's different than what everybody else is doing. We don't make other people's stuffs. We only make our stuff. Like a glove. Oh, what movie is that from? off there. There we go. Perfecto. See if there's a better lighting in here. No, still can't see it. Maybe. Anyway, there's that. You could do the bottoms this way, but you'd have to hand stitch it. We're going to run the classic Super 3M tape to hold these seams down. My bags are held together with baling twine and duct tape and zip ties. It's just, excuse me, just temporary anyway. I've made these liners fit so tight that with this little bit of fabric there, even if you trim it off, it makes the liner look lazy. It's kind of, oops. Good job. Makes the liner look kind of saggy. So if you get them really tight, I did it again. Was this tape crap too, or is mine just silly? Here, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it. There you go. So I like to get these really tight. Sometimes I'll glue these down, sometimes I'll tape them, just kind of depends. All right, now let's see if this fits. I don't know what we can see here, but a moment of truth. This might be hard to get out of the bag, to be honest with you. Why does it seem like this is taking 14 years? Oh, I know, because I'm moving cameras around every 3 seconds. And we want to this way. Oh, it's a tight fit. I hope this works. That was a lot of work if this doesn't work. It should work. Not a lot of room for error, though, I'll tell you that. Cool. It fits. Gosh. Disregard that. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Super nice. All right. Gingerly get that back out. Okay, what's next? Got to sew this up. That's bad, Larry. Yeah, that's cool. It's a little different. Should have put my logo on the bottom. That would have been even really. So once this glue dries, then we can take it over to the post and I'll just run a stitch on there, if nothing more than just for funsies. Get that thread out of there. We can stitch this up. That needs to go on the liner. This needs to go on the liner. What time am I looking at here? 1 o'clock. How long have we been live, folks? Couldn't tell you. I don't know. But what I do know is I think I'm going to stop the video right there and I'll come back and edit the rest, or come back and finish the rest tomorrow. I won't carry on anymore, and that'll give me just enough content to make maybe one more video for this. After I chop this up, it'll only be like 10 minutes of usable video. But yeah, so if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this with all your friends, hit the thumbs up button, hit the bell notification icon and click it to all so you get instant notification of when I go live or make more edited videos. And as always, appreciate you stopping by Myth Leather Company, and if I can do it, you can certainly do it. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.